It just feels like it devalues what everybody's been working their whole lives for here.
New light poles in one Lubbock neighborhood have some residents pretty upset, wishing the city had gone about the project much differently. Good evening, I'm Lauren Motter.
I'm Brian Mudd. The Arnett Benson neighborhood near Erskine and Clovis Highway is a historic one, we know that. But now some of its residents are concerned about some construction that they're calling an eyesore.
KAMC's Matthew Stell visited that area this week. And Matthew, what are neighbors saying?
Yeah, Lauren and Brian, seeing a lot. One of those homeowners telling me that he moved into his Arnett Benson home last Friday, and the next morning he had a giant utility pole in his front yard with no call from LP&L. But the city says they did their part.
To not have a say in what goes on within the boundaries of this neighborhood, it just seems a little disingenuous.
Lifelong Arnett Benson resident Julian Gutierrez is speaking up for his neighbors.
It's not unreasonable to think that if this was another zip code elsewhere in the city, we might not even be having this conversation.
LP&L has begun the process of upgrading the city's transmission lines, which means replacing old wind utility poles in certain areas.
It allows us to move more electricity around the system in an even fashion so that when we have outages, we have the ability to get customers up quicker.
Gutierrez says they understand the need for upgrade, but wishes LP&L had asked for residents' input.
It didn't sound like a whole lot of people were reached out and contacted. Maybe there were attempts to do so, but a lot of the folks around here did not get that message. And almost overnight, from one day to the next, these poles started going up.
On the other hand, LP&L says they began communicating with Arnett Benson residents back in July of 2017.
Every single person that, had a property that was affected or possibly affected received a letter along with a copy of the landowner bill of rights, placed advertisements in the newspaper, did really everything we possibly could to draw attention to the early parts of this process. And now we're at the stage where the lines are going up.
But that just won't satisfy homeowners now concerned about what the new poles will do to their property values.
As humble as a lot of us are, we're still proud of what we have.
We understand that there may be some customers that are not pleased with the placement of these lines, and we understand that.
Now, if there is any damage to a person's property during installation, or if poles have to be significantly moved from their original positions, LP&L says homeowners will be fairly compensated. But Gutierrez says only one of his neighbors have been offered this. Right?
Matthew, thank you.